Squirrel Bait here, and welcome to Going Sideways, where I discuss current events that affect our preparedness and our freedoms. And I stumbled on a story from my local news this morning that I have two things to say about to start off with. One, this is what is passing as journalism in the local news. See this? This is the entire story about parental access, specifically denial of parental access to the children's medical records. My notes are longer and more involved than the story. And it gets better. The story does not even give you a link, nor mention any information from the HIPAA privacy rules. Well, being an independent journalist, obviously that's the first thing I did, right? This is why independent media is more valuable than mainstream media. Well, then I decided to find out about what does Iowa law say, because the article, the headline, is parents denied access to their children's medical records by law, but don't even mention the law, and don't bother to even provide a link to it for you to find out. There is no mention anywhere in this little article, this tiny little article. There is nothing mentioned about the law and what it says. Nope. So naturally, I went and got it. So let's take a look at this, shall we? What is this about? What is going on here? Well, let's start with their little article that started all this. This is from KKCI Des Moines, News Channel 8. It is dated January 24th, 2019. And it is out of Iowa City, Iowa. A Coralville father recently found out he will no longer have access to his 12-year-old daughter's medical records. So he asked KCRG's 19 to investigate the situation. Basically, Kevin received a letter triggering his concerns, alerting him that he was losing access to his daughter's medical records. At the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, parents are no longer able to see test results or messages from doctors and other information once a child turns 12. 12. I can't be right. The letter said the hospital wants children at that age to be more active in their own health care. Christian says he believes 12 is too young to keep parents in the dark. If you get locked out of being able to see the health care records for your child, that makes parenting even that much more difficult, in my opinion, says Christians. The letter does not give the full explanation. 19 found the practice stems from federal law, and all hospitals have a similar policy, but not all of them start at the same age. News Channel 19 discovered one medical organization where the age is 10, and that's the end of the story. That's it. That's all they say. Okay. It's federal law. Okay. No, it's not federal law. I looked it up. Here's the federal law. It basically says the privacy rule generally allows a parent to have access to the medical records about his or her child as his or her minor child's personal representative when such access is not inconsistent with state or other law. In other words, it's up to the states. If you actually read this, it basically says, well, that's determined by the states. You may have access to it unless the state says otherwise. So it is not a federal issue. It's a state issue. Well, let's take a look at Iowa state law. I recommend you look into this in your state. So let's look at Iowa law right here. According to Iowa law, a minor, an individual younger than 18 years, may seek medical care for the following without permission or knowledge from his or her parents. Substance abuse treatment, and all of these, I want you to think risks, Because there's risks to drugs, to procedures, to things. There's risks. And informed consent. Keep those two things in your mind. All right. Substance abuse treatment, sexually transmitted infection testing and treatment. HIV testing, however, if the test is positive, Iowa law requires that the parents be notified. Contraceptive care and counseling, including emergency contraceptive. Minors can receive these treatments without their parents' knowledge. So, interesting read. So here's my thoughts on this. Things, again, question everything. Don't just go, oh, okay, well, you know. No, put thought to it. Think about this. Let's think about this a minute. You have an institution removing your ability to parent. You have to understand, too, these clinics, these are businesses. A business. So parents are legally responsible for their children, but a business can deny you access to information, preventing informed decisions regarding the welfare and well-being of your child. That makes sense? That's good for the children? Really? You cannot enter into a contract with a minor. Parents pay the bill. Parents are the ones with the account. Oh, interesting. If the government pays the bill, think about that for a minute. Think about that. In my opinion, this is all part of 4 things. 1, medical tyranny. 2, medical kidnapping. 3, the state raises your child, not you, stepping stone of that implementation. The whole universal health care. Oh, see where this is going? Mm-hmm. And 4, the elimination of informed consent. It's really hard to have control, absolute total control over a population when they have protections from that control, like informed consent. And I knew they were trying to get rid of this. If you see my videos on the Brain Initiative and all of the medical experiments that have been done on the population, on the general public, without their permission in the past, do not think this does not happen to this day. We have protections, legal rights to not be experimented on. And what gives us that? Informed consent. So doctors can discuss things with your child, give treatments without parental consent. My concern here is obvious. A child lacks the experience and knowledge to give informed consent. It's a parent's job to protect their children. Oh, no, not if it's medical. Oh, okay. So the legal issues here are 2. Contract with a minor and informed consent. Yet we have laws saying, oh, well, no, that doesn't matter. That's not a problem. I think this is huge. The more I think about this, the more upset I get. This is huge. What's going on in your state? This is Iowa. What's going on in your state? Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. Thank you for watching. And remember, question everything.